My name's Laura Namvar. I'm a CrossFit athlete, and my ultimate goal, insane goal, is to make it to the CrossFit Games as a national champion. I am willing to give up everything. I am giving up everything to get there. I'm dedicating all my time, all my efforts, all my resources and money, all my focus, everything to try and give this one goal everything I've got. When I started to get into fitness, one of my PE teachers actually commented on my Facebook and said, "I can't believe this is the girl that used to do anything she could to get out of PE." And now I like travel around the world seeking it all the time. So it's quite a funny like turnaround as such. And like when I talk to people, they're like, "Oh, you must have been doing this for years." And I'm like, actually, no, I came into this really late in life. In terms of like more background, I started CrossFit 2 years ago now, actually. 2 years this month. And the first year, I literally just went to classes 3 to 4 days a week. Fell in love with it, but that's kind of what I did. I did 1 class a day. Really enjoyed it. I had the same kind of issues a lot of people do, like mobility issues, body awareness issues when you come into CrossFit. I was just super eager. And I didn't really have any direction in my training. I literally came in, like kept fit and left again. And it was great. Like the community was great, and I loved it. And I had my first taste of competition, and I tanked, and I hated that feeling. And it made me really want to try harder and be better. And I saw just how amazing some of the people were, and I was like, I want to be that person. Like I want to be that person that I look at and go, "Oh, they're good." And so yeah, that's kind of where my CrossFit journey began. I became a coach, a full-time coach, back in January, mainly because that's when I decided that I actually really wanted to get a lot better and focus my time on CrossFit. And I decided the best way to do that would be to combine the two elements and to be in the gym all the time. Back then, I was working in an office. I was getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning to do my first training session, and then going and sitting in an office for like 9 hours. And I could just feel it was almost like a detriment to my body, like doing all of that and then sitting still in like a set position for 9 hours. Like, yes, I'd obviously to get up and try and move around and stuff, but you could just feel yourself stiffen and like get into bad positions throughout the day. So yeah, a position came up over Christmas, and it was like a split decision, and I saw it. You don't really get that many opportunities around this area. And so I went for it, and it was definitely been the best decision. Like I've loved coaching. I've loved being in a box the whole time. Like it's become my life, and like it's so much more uplifting to like do what you love and talk about what you love and then teach it to other people at the same time as well. And I think if you're really passionate about it and it's something you're like so invested in, it transfers over to other people as well. And like I'd like to think, and I think I know that that's definitely happened here. And how I look up to other people, I think people here have started to look up to me, and like that is one of the most like satisfying feelings, in being able to actually help inspire other people. I eat so much more now to accommodate my training rather than worrying about losing weight or things like that. Actually, it's almost like the opposite way around. Like if you lose weight, it's a bit of a detriment to your training. But at the same time, it's not really about gaining weight. It's about just having enough energy and fuel to get the most out of your workouts. And because of that, my body has massively changed. And it's probably been one of the most difficult things for me to deal with in terms of CrossFit. So most people are like, "Oh, I struggle with like being tired or overworked or like getting a certain movement." And yes, I've definitely had those struggles, but on a wider scale, especially somewhere where CrossFit isn't particularly well known or like huge, I struggle with the way that kind of I'm viewed in society. Like, not to make it like a massive deal, because it definitely isn't. And when I'm in the CrossFit community, like I don't feel any different to anyone else. Like I walk into the gym, yes, I look physically fit, I look like a CrossFitter in like the most stereotypical sense. But when you're outside of that circle, it can be sometimes really difficult, because people look at you as a female, you get comments, and I think when your body has changed and adapted and you've gone from one thing to another, it's sometimes, as much as you don't want to care and all you care about is your performance and how you're doing, it does sometimes like get inside your head and you think, I'm quite a small female, and like if I think back to like what I was like at uni, I was always a small, petite, blonde girl at uni, and now I'm big arms, big shoulders, big quads, like cool, like great in the CrossFit community. Like people even like look up to that. Like we all have like I'll look up to the CrossFit Games athletes and I'm like, wow, they look amazing. But sometimes when you're actually that person and people don't understand why you look like that, it's actually really mentally challenging. I've had days when I've woken up and just felt like really unattractive, and like when I came out of my relationship I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be attractive to guys anymore because of like how I look like, and just weird things like that that shouldn't really be an issue when it comes to anything anymore, like especially when you're like fit and healthy and you're worried about things like that. It's just weird. I'd say that is one of the, not the downside at all, like some people who will listen to this would be like, you're ridiculous, like so many people wish they looked like that or whatever, but it's still a type of social acceptance, isn't it? Like you look different, and it's just something you become really aware of. The only thing that puts me apart from like someone who comes to the box like every day is literally just the amount of time I put into everything I do. So I train 2 to 3 hours a day. I have a coach who does my programming, and I invest a lot of my time into training. I prioritize it, and I sacrifice a lot of other things to make sure that it gets the attention that it needs. And there's so much more room for improvement there, even though compared to like your average Joe, but it's so much time and effort. There's so much more I can do, and that's kind of what I've set my sights on to progress into for the next like 6 months to a year, while I still can. We've decided to create this bunch of videos, an introduction to who I am, and like you'll see a bunch of other introductions as well, because a couple of reasons. There's not always access to the people on the ground who are doing things and making like big life changes to chase after their goals. And I think it's really important for people to know that it's not just like, oh, I've got loads of money behind me so I can go and do what I want to do and like follow my dreams and it's easy as that. Like no, like we have to make sacrifices. So I think it's important to put out a real message to people about the time and effort and work that goes into actually pursuing the goals, these massive goals that you have set in place for yourself. And I think it's the responsible thing to do, to actually give a resource to people to know, hey guys, it's not that easy, but it doesn't mean it's not achievable. So that's one of the reasons why we've created this like video, so you can follow the journey. The second reason is like we're part of like a bigger thing, and that ties into having that kind of responsibility of showing people, hey guys, it's cool to follow your dreams. Just know that it's going to be hard work, but it's definitely achievable. And that's coming under like a bigger brand, and you'll see it as part of this YouTube channel. And it's something me, my brother, and a whole other bunch of athletes are getting involved in. It's something we're really looking to develop and get other people to get involved in as well. So subscribe to the channel so you can follow my journey, his journey, and a whole bunch of other cool people's journeys, and then see where we can all go in this together.
Subscribe to the channel, stay tuned, and look out for the next video.